Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today we are back with another State of the Game recap. This is for State of the Game number 155 for April 15th, 2020. Today, Hamish had Chris Gansler and Nikki Coupons on to talk about TU9 and some of the upcoming changes with that. And so let's start right off. They began with priority alerts, and they said that TU9 is coming next week on April 21st. That's a Tuesday. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. That's already coming in like 6 days. So we got that to look forward to. They went into some of the additions that are coming with that. It is a client patch that's going to need to be downloaded. That's why it's not like a TU 8.6, is because you actually have to download it yourself. And so among the changes coming, and there's a lot more, the patch notes they said will be out Monday, but among those things, we have the Exotic rework, so balance in the reconfiguration system, which we will get into in just a moment. The Angel of Mercy contaminated area has been fixed. I guess you couldn't go in there before, but now you will be able to. The Nemesis and Focus talent has been fixed. I guess you couldn't pair those two, but now, of course, it will be working as intended. The Focus and Crusader shield now makes you scope in. At least that's what I took from it. Some people were interpreting what they said as like you could choose between scoping or not, but I think that when you have a M1A or whatever rifle on the shield and you have a long-range scope on it to get the focus activation, it'll now make you scope in as was probably intended. So that's how that's going to work now. They fixed a trophy on the PS4 that previously required you to go into the Thieves' Den, which obviously is not in the game anymore. So now it's been changed to, I think, just entering the Dark Zone and then you get that trophy, so that's been changed. They should have at least fixed Aces and Eights. The Talonod, I guess, wasn't working, and so now it should be working properly. The Booster Hive description has been fixed. Previously it said it was giving weapon damage and speed, but it's actually only giving weapon damage and handling. So now that says what it should correctly. Enemy shotgunners have been nerfed, and Black Tusk range has been nerfed, I guess, overall on all of those units. And there are, like I said, lots of other changes, but these are the main ones that they wanted to point out. And those patch notes should be coming on Monday, the day before the update comes out. So they went straight into the developer interview, and they started with Nikki because obviously he's one of the lead game designers, and that's the guy who they had on this week, and he specifically has been working on exotics. They kind of started with the mission statement for exotics. They said that they're not supposed to be the best things out there, but really they're supposed to be different and provide unique playstyles and situations that you can kind of take advantage of and build around them. So that's really, they're not just supposed to be like best in slot stuff, which some people have thought they should be, but you know, really they're just supposed to be different and unique and obviously powerful, but in certain situations. So they said that currently the rolls you receive on an exotic are on a scale with the tier you're playing on. So for example, tier 1 would be normal difficulty and tier 5 would be legendary difficulty. So obviously hard, challenging, heroic in between there. And they said really how it works now is that if you're playing on normal and you get an exotic, your rolls are going to be scaled down to a normal tier drop with the loot quality system they introduced with TU8. So obviously that's not the best because of how rare exotics are. And they said that they are obviously excluded from recalibration. Everyone knows this by now. And if you get a bad one, even if you like the exotic, you can't really do anything about it. So that's kind of, they were stating how it is now, and then they went into what's changing for TU9. So they said now when you get an exotic, they will drop with the highest minimum stat. So a tier 5, which is legendary quality drop. And so that's for any exotic, no matter where you get it. It will always come with a legendary tier drop. So that's obviously very nice. And they said the new reconfiguration system will allow you to upgrade any lower level exotic to your level with high minimum rolls. So if you have a level 30 still saved in your stash, you can now upgrade it to level 40 and it should get pretty decent rolls. They said that this new system also brings the ability for you to reroll your exotics at level 40. So for one exotic component and other materials, you can reroll every stat. However, there's a chance that it could turn out worse than you went into it with. It's random. So basically, say you have, I don't know, a Diamondback with all 3 rolls straight down the middle. They're right at 50% of their total capacity. You can go in and reconfigure it and you'll have an equal chance of either getting a God roll or having those rolls go all the way back down to 0. So it's really random, and that's kind of nice because it doesn't just let you automatically upgrade your exotics straight to the max, because then what's the point of having random rolls on them in the first place? They might as well be static. But with this system, it really gives you the chance and the gamble to be able to get a God rolled exotic, or you might set yourself back depending on your luck, obviously. So I think it's a pretty cool system and should be interesting to see how it plays out. So then they said there's no waiting to the rolling, like I was saying, just as likely to get a God roll as it is to get bottom tier rolls on every slot. Deconstructing an exotic now matches the cost of one reconfiguration, so if you deconstruct an exotic, you will get one exotic component and those other materials that are required for you to perform one reconfiguration on another exotic of your choice. And they said, importantly, you can reconfigure an exotic as many times as you want. So then just some additional things about the system they wanted to clarify. The pre-order bonus level 1 Ruthless and Lullaby aren't excluded. You should be able to do it with those ones as well, upgrade them up to 40. And they said converting a level 30 Ruthless or Lullaby turns it it into a level 41, and then you can reconfigure the roles on those too. And then they just add in a few other bits of information before they closed it out. They said we're in the second league of the Northeast League. If you haven't been participating in it yet, you can get an exotic cache and an exclusive backpack trophy among other rewards along that track. The Urban Jungle Apparel event ends on Monday evening when the maintenance starts, but you can still buy keys after that point, just no longer earn them in game for an additional 1 week. So a week after Tuesday the 21st when TU9 comes out, you can still buy keys for that, but you can no longer get them in game. And then TU9 brings the new Manhunt target Saturn, so that should be pretty fun. And they clarified that the targets don't go away. Once they come out, they will stay there until the end of the season. So obviously the ones we're all leading up to Jupiter, but Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and the additional one that's coming up will all last until the very end of Season 1, so you can take on Jupiter and get that EMP sticky bomb. Alright guys, well that's all we have for this week's State of the Game. There wasn't a ton of stuff. Obviously the big focus was on the new Exotic Reconfiguration system, and that was awesome to see, and it's very exciting to hear that we have TU9 to look forward to this coming Tuesday. Sadly, there wasn't any new info on stuff like PvP or the raid, which I kind of was hoping for, but hopefully we get it in due time. My video coming on Friday is actually centered around the new upcoming raid, so if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to keep an eye out on the channel for that one. But yeah, that's going to do it for me guys. Thanks for watching everyone. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with the notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know what you guys think about this new exotic system and TU9 in general down in the comments below. I have a feeling I already know what a lot of people are going to say, but we'll see. Until the next one guys, RogueGold, out.